1, go! Tuendelee ama tusiendelee?
So some years back in the 1870s, we had an eruption that killed some of the Maasais. And the Maasais believe that anything attached to fire and can cause death is hell. So they call the place Enemenenga, which means Valley of Death. That's how they came up with the name Hell's Gate. Enemenenga. So Mount Longonot has a tendency of erupting after every 150 years. But now they are drilling power. That is geothermal power. So the pressure underneath has been reduced a great deal, giving it very minimal chances of erupting. So you might say it's extinct. Yeah. Because you used to have some small eruptions causing fire around the mountain, but nowadays they are not.
Mambo vipi, I'm your host Dennis Munyasi, and today we are back to Naivasha for the first edition of the Hell's Gate Biking Festival. This is a one-of-a-kind festival never before seen in Kenya. It's a 2-day event hosted inside the national park. How cool is that? Cycling in the wild, true definition. There is a lot of activities being offered. There's music, there's food, there's drinks. This is quite unique because it's not just about cycling alone, as there's also a kids play area and also camping in the night. The first race of the day was the cross-country cycling race for both elite and the children. This was a 24-kilometer competitive cycling dubbed the Twiga race. The turnout for this was quite underwhelming, especially with the ladies. Only sadly represented for the ladies in a group of about 20 participants. The start time of this race was also quite inconveniencing, as the race was being flagged off at around 3 p.m. under the unforgiving scorching sun of Naivasha, blazing at around 32 degrees Celsius. This made it quite difficult, given how short the circuit was. The race started off quite fast. Remember, this is off-road, and the worst place to be was behind anyone's tire. Because of all the dirt, they'll kick it off in your face. The pivotal point of this circuit was the majestic Fisher's Tower, right at the dead center of the trails. With hot sun and windy condition, it meant that dust was your next best friend. Jordan Schleck, Kenneth Karaya and Dungu Akeya were dominating this race. This was almost like it was a training track for them. It almost felt as if they were competing against themselves. 2 rounds around the circuit of 12 kilometers each meant that slower riders were going to be lapped. Due to poor marshalling, Jordan Schleck, who was leading the first peloton, missed a decisive right turn which cost him a substantial amount of time, so that by the time he was recovering from it, the race was already over. Kenneth Karaya ended up taking the first place on this particular race.
Sasa nafika kwa kona naona mark. Sasa napiga mahesabu niende right. Sasa najua napiga calculation nikienda right lazima natoka hivi. Kumbe nimepotea vizuri.
Nimepotea.
Kuna kona nimemiss hiyo. Vile ni sasa nikaona ni vile ni yako nyuma.
The second and final race of the day was the short track cycling race, appropriately dubbed Fisher's Tower race. This was a very short circuit of about 12 kilometers made up of 4-kilometer laps. This meant it was going to be very intense from the start, however being less technical as the terrain was relatively flat. With the route vividly embedded in his mind, Schleck was not about to bottle this up. He pressed hard and fast as soon as they were flagged off. Samantha joined Sally as the only ladies representing for this race. Again, programming was quite lacking as communication wasn't relayed properly during this event for day one. So poorly in that some of the participants from the trigger race, the first race of the day, did not even participate or were not aware that the second race was taking place at this particular time. This is something that I think the organizers need to look into, especially for the coming editions. It was, however, still interesting as with this circuit, you get to see the competitors go around full circuit with no obstruction as it was entirely held in an open terrain. Sally, just like the first race, took the first position for the ladies. Jordan Schleck emerged victorious, thereby redeeming himself from the first race. When night came, so did the after party, and as promised, the organizers delivered. The DJs and the MC all on point, ensuring that those who braved the night and stayed back were entertained accordingly with plenty of food, drinks, and music to go around.
She wanna break bread with me. One man looking good. Bad man looking good. Bad man so cold outside, my brother.
Day 2 was upon us and it presented the main race, befittingly dubbed the Buffalo Race, because hey, horns will be locking today. The turnout this time around was quite impressive, so because almost 60 participants showed up to compete. Maybe because majority of them chose to only show up for the main race, but unfortunately they missed out on what the first day had to offer. Given that this was the first edition, this was almost expected. Hell's Gate in the recent past has been nicknamed Team Amani's Playground. This I think is the third race being organized in Naivasha, and all of them have in one way or the other found their way across the park, but none entirely held inside the park like this Hell's Gate Biking Festival.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
There was the Mara Migration Race, which was the preparation for the Migration Gravel Race held in the Masai Mara, which was organized by Team Amani, and the Nashipai Wild MTB Race, which, if you've not watched, I'll link up the description above. Jordan Schleck dominated with his teammate Kenneth Karaya all the way to the finish line. This circuit was relatively easy as a steep elevation was only found in the first 7 kilometers, after which it was a massive drop. For you know, when you go up, you must come down, followed by flats entirely. Hell's Gate presents a very scenic route, true definition of cycling in the wild. EB Electric Bikes decided to throw in one of their bikes to the rest to test its sweets, and it was quite impressive as it performed quite well in terms of keeping up with the first peloton. A 4-pack team effort felt like a training session for these guys. They were not even maxing out their power because no one else came to challenging them. But when they approached the finish, roughly 5 kilometers out, Jordan Schleck pulled away, displaying his full solo effort, riding to the finish line with so much ease. Jeff Langat and Kenya Karaya finished second and third, respectively.
My name is Jordan Schleck, Uganda by nationality. Riding for Team Amani. Yeah, ex-Safari Shimba rider too. The race was pretty nice and the course was pretty fun. Some loose course, like some loose areas, so whereby we had to be really careful. And yeah, like the strategy wasn't that really so big, but the plan was to cover the top 3 positions, so good enough. Like after the first attack, so my teammates really were there, so we had to roll it together until to the finishing line. And then like the last K, yeah, I said okay, let me go, but good enough, we have secured the podiums and it was pretty nice, you know. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Dina Safari, and today I attended the Hell's Gate Biking Fest, and I attained the first position in ladies category. The route was nice. The course was somehow hard and tough, but not the whole of it. And the ladies' turnout was really low. I would encourage the ladies to get on the bike and join us.
How was the experience, you know?
The experience was really nice. The views, everything. I even stopped and took some pictures.
What was your favorite animal on the track?
Giraffes. I saw so many giraffes and they were looking so beautiful. If only you were here, you could explore with me.
My name is Kenneth Karaya. I'm riding for Team Amani. I was doing a gravel race today, 50 kilometers here in Healthgate. It was a good course. Less technical areas, and I'm looking forward to more races like this in the conservation.
Did you guys have a team strategy?
Actually no, because it's a small race and it's more of a training race, so we didn't have more strategy because the competition is not that high. But at the end we just found ourselves teammates, so we just worked together until the finish line. We encourage more people to come, like we have like even younger upcoming riders who we are training, so the more numbers we have and we ready also to assist with ideas how people can train and become better, because we need each other at the end, because cycling is generally growing in Kenya, so we don't people to see us as as an opponent, more like we want to be seen like people who can assist like the cycling to grow. Like we are ready to also give young riders opportunities, also people who want help from us with ideas, because we have been outside Kenya. That's, for me, it's a general thing, not like a personal like Timaman, you know.
My name is David Kinja. I'm the leader of the Safari Simbas team and also the head of the Safari Simbas Trust, where we promote young people and youth through the sports, cycling being the center of the sports. We do some football, some volleyball and some other activities. We are here today to support the mountain bike event, which was organized to be held here at the Hell's Gate Park, with the aim of promoting the park to more cycling activities and for the locals and internationals to come enjoy their cycling here, and also to see what the park has to offer in terms of wildlife and nature. That's why you see there's some festivities there, there was camping, and we really enjoyed the tough racing. So behind me are my teammates for today, Joseph, the time trial champion of Kenya. We have Titus Mwangi, yeah, that is exclusively domestic, super domestic. And then we have a Fantas. I don't know why it is not Coca-Colastas. We have a Fantas Gishero. He's the defending champion for Sokoke mountain bike race and also the 10-4 mountain bike tour. So it's a wonderful thing to have a Bayomi, who is the people who have come to help organize this cycling activity, connecting the cyclists together and making the day a wonderful event day. Thank you.
Chimamani, Dr. Langat, champion. With his bike. That's a good move. Always makes the sponsors happy. And the winner of the Buffalo race, 1 hour, 40 minutes, 13 seconds. Jordan Schleck, Chimamani. Congratulations, gentlemen.